Welcome back to Threshold of Revelation. This is session 27, titled Tower and Swordbreak. Last session, the group summoned a tower at Swordbreak, and they're standing outside the tower. Obviously, the group is assembled right outside of it. Your lodestar is no longer in your hands. Instead, it is inside of the space. And as I described last time, it's not something you can see right now, but you can see it on the map. So I just want to make sure you understand the top portion of the tower and the middle of the tower seem to have had a kind of estuary, like a portion in the center where water from above, from the rain, could flow down. That said, not terribly important. Just moving into the space here. The door does appear to be openable. Whether it's locked or not, you're not sure. But there it is, a massive tower, about 700 feet tall.
How far are we from the door?
Literally right near it.
We're right at it. Okay,
Yeah.
We're not like around the corner or something.
Where is the tower? What are we looking at?
It's the big green square on the left
Okay,
side.
it's like the gargoyles on the
It used to be a big gray square
It
because
does.
it's gone.
If you do look up, it does have gargoyles at its top. It's 700 feet tall, and they're
700.
kind of blade-winged gargoyles looming over the corners of each of the corners of the
Are they
space.
gargoyles or grotesques?
Gurgle.
Grotesques are only kind of facade-facing, so gargoyles are freestanding. Gargoyles.
No, one has a water spout.
Oh, grotesques have water spouts, do they not?
I don't remember which way it is now, but
Yeah,
that's the
gargoyles.
difference between the two.
I would
Okay.
assume.
I thought it was
I never knew
one-
that. That's neat.
I think it's also too that gargoyles are placed and grotesques are built into the structure, which does also fit in with that. But yeah,
Dibs on Brooklyn.
either way, it's not a grotesque. It is
All
definitely
Hudson.
gargoyles. So yeah, the door does look like it is openable, but whether or not it's locked or not, you're not sure.
I'll try to open it so we can get
Yeah,
some bodies
let's
back.
rush the door.
Okay. Upon opening the door, bear with me here. We're not shifting to a different space. It'll be mostly theater of the mind here because it's not terribly difficult. But as you open up the door, you're first confronted by the smell of kind of just stagnation. There's like a very kind of solid, like this space hasn't been opened in a long time.
Would we have any guess whatsoever where it's been?
No.
Just not here.
Genuinely curious. It was obviously someplace for
Well, if you as a
many decades or centuries.
Yeah, well, if you as a player have any kind of ideas on the matter, you certainly are free to kind of posit those theorems to the party and kind of work out the nature of it. But regarding whether or not this group, without a single member of the group having Arcana as a trained skill, would know
Yeah,
where
we've been
this
over
where it's been, I'm pretty sure your guess is as good as the person.
Magic self-storage.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was just invisible. It was here the whole time.
It was here the whole time. That's how we were
We
able
got
to
two
leave the
working
Lodestar
theories.
out over the Yeah, so anyway,
We've seen invisible towers before. This is not new to us.
in the front
You are right.
or in the space that you enter in, the thing that immediately kind of catches you as strange as you step in is the gravity of the space above you. The entirety of the 7-foot or 700-foot tower is empty, all the way up to the top. There's no floors or levels. Okay. Along the sides on the walls, as you're peering up, you can see that from the ground all the way to the top, there are places where there are bookshelves. Some of them look like they're more kind of just shelves that you would expect to see in kind of like an apartment or home, like hanging free from the wall, kind of settled there, and they're all the shelves filled with books. But again, there is no means of you kind of ascending upwards to the higher portions in this space. And it doesn't look like there's any kind of balconies or anything at some of these bookshelves. So they're just kind of smashed onto the wall up there, high up, and are kind of untouchable.
And that's
Not
all.
high
That's
as
all
you,
the
baby.
bookshelves. They're all way too high up.
Well, no, there's some on ground level,
There are some on ground level. Okay.
and there are some like right above that. But then there are just like patches where there are no bookshelves, and there are patches where there are bookshelves. There's no rhyme or reason to it that you can detect. It's just
Okay.
a smattering of bookshelves that have been pinned to the walls for no reason. In the center of this empty space that you're entering into, you see that there are 4 statues, demonic statues, kind of pointed inwards towards an open hole in the center of the floor. The hole is about the same dimensionality as the center of the estuary, the water collection area, the font that was beneath you, and up above. I don't exactly remember what time it was when we came to this. I don't think it was high noon, though.
It was later evening, I think.
Yeah, so you've got a good amount of starlight coming down from above, but it seems that it's kind of muted due to the fact that it's only coming in a narrow space.
Okay.
Are the
And the
bookshelves
towers-
aligned with one another?
No, not at all. So there can be one that's like 10 feet off the ground, like over here, and then over here it's like 13 feet off the ground is where the bookshelves are. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason to the bookshelves placement. It's not a consistent, all the walls are covered with bookshelves. It's just a smattering of bookshelves all throughout, all the way up to the top.
Okay.
And lastly, in the center of the room, hanging in the air, in the middle of all 4 of the statues, is the lodestar.
That's what we came for.
Did we know there was a lodestar here?
You put it here.
Wait, what?
How
I
about stars?
like magic handed it towards the soul well, and I manipulated it from distance, and that's how I activated the tower.
Oops.
So I got separated from both, and they were both like locked inside. But now we're here, and we found them again. How big are the statues? There were 4 of them.
There are 4 of them, and they're all about the same size, about 12 foot high. Their wings are kind of coiled down. They're not too dissimilar from the blade winged kind of demonic gargoyles outside. But, you know, not being 700 feet up in the air, you can kind of get more of a inkling to the detail that has been placed into these statues. What you would...
Am I still possessed by Rolling Rock?
Yeah, since he's still a ghost.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right, until we're close enough to
I was trying to
start
figure out.
reforming, I'm just riding along.
What
I
I'll-
might. Go ahead.
what I will say is Rolling Rock and Bodhi by proxy would kind of get a feeling that this isn't stonework. These creatures, whatever they were, lived once and have been petrified.
A Medusa. Close your eyes.
Do you think she's still hiding in here somewhere? In the tallest fucking warehouse I ever saw.
Better not risk it.
The tallest warehouse I've
It's
ever
just,
saw.
it's just a silo.
It's just a silo of books.
Oh man,
Pretty good harvest.
Conglomerate knows how to party.
Is this a conglomerate building? Like it had like a marking?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is a Magir's Tower, isn't it?
It is a Magir's Tower, correct? Oh, sorry. Who's the last one going in? Silas. It sounds like probably.
Sure.
Okay. Make a perception check, and then you'll step in depending on what you decide to do in response to the perception. Yeah, so you would
Nice.
see it looks like they're over by this kind of up north of you. This place up this way. It looks like there's a group of watchmen, like guards, mustering, and like are staring in confusion. And it looks like one of them kind of barking out orders from where you can see. Do you go inside, or do you keep an eye on the guards?
I would keep an eye on the guards.
Okay, so you're not going in.
No, I would stay with the group. I'm
Okay.
not going to.
Either way, shortly after you notice them and enter in, the doors do shut on their own accord.
Good thinking, Silas. We don't want anyone bothering us.
When they shut, what you see is that when the doors come together, two halves of a dial are on either side of the double door that is closing. And when it closes, it seems like they seal the dial together so that this dial with 10 symbols fuses into one disc on a spinning kind of recess.
I think I locked the door.
Magnificent.
I think you have the option to lock the door, if nothing else.
If you kind of look at the symbols, the symbol that's currently up appears to be a sword with kind of a break pattern on it.
Like
That's where we're
Swordbreak?
at.
That's what the symbol that is pointing up looks like. Right.
Oh man, what other kind of symbols are on this thing?
Did you go
Take-
check it out?
Yeah,
Take
you,
Yeah, look at these things.
Take this bad boy for a ride.
Uther got some ideas. I'm gonna let him take the wheel on this one.
So it is a way to get around.
We driving this
Is it-
thing.
We,
We're being
we found
gaslighted by
ourselves a
the
spell
DM.
jammer.
Pioneers used to ride
I
these
would
things for
never-
miles.
I would never gaslight. I would never do it. So the other symbols. So the ones immediately to the left and to the right of the broken sword symbol. One appears to be a keep, like a very simple outline drawing of a keep, like a castle or fortification symbol. Another appears to be a horse. That would be to the left of that. Then you have a symbol that appears to have been crossed out by kind of a jagged implement. The symbol that was present before looks like it might have been a crown of some sort. You see a symbol that looks like a card shape, like a playing card shape, with a spade drawn on it. You would see another symbol that looks like a flea with its feet kind of pointed downwards, like it's jumping, like a flea, as in like a flea.
Okay.
Yeah. You would see a symbol that looks like a tree with outstretched branches. Bear with me here. Oh, right, and the other symbols are crossed out in similar fashion to the crown. The symbols that are present there are more crossed out than the crown symbol, so much to the point that they cannot be identified. So the only identifiable symbols are the flea, the card, the keep, kind of the crown, the broken sword. Did I miss anything?
The horse?
The horse,
Horse.
sorry. Of course.
Well, of course, of course, of course.
The door is a horse, of course.
And so I'm not really
Right.
clear on the placement of them in relation to each other. Does that matter, John, or do I like?
So not really, but I'll go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can't quickly whip up a handout. Probably not. So let me just go ahead and write it out. Okay.
They're
So
just out on a wheel.
we're gonna start at 12. We're gonna start at 12 o'clock. Okay.
Got it.
I have it written down in a fashion that I can read. So I'm gonna try and type it in a way that's not that. So okay.
We're gonna
Swordbreak.
rock around this clock.
Okay. Then it goes to keep. Then it goes to.
Where? What number? So Swordbreak is at 12.
Hold on.
We're going
yeah,
clockwise.
We're going. Yeah. Swordbreak will be at 12 o'clock.
Broken
Crown.
sword. Keep.
Where's the keep though? What number?
Hold on. Undiscernible. I can't type. That one again. Then it is flea. Then it is. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This being conglomerate, and we didn't know where it was, and it just showed up. You might put the mark on it so old boy can check it out.
Oh yeah, I plan to. Actually, as soon as we get inside, I find a viable surface, even if it's just the floor just inside the doorway. I'm writing a message to conglomerate guy who gave me magic pen, whose name escapes me currently.
So if one is midnight, and then again there's only 10 cycles on it, that's what it would appear.
I thought 12 was midnight.
Well, there's only 10 markers on it, so...
One, the
So-
listing.
Swordbreak, crown, undiscernible, undiscernible, flee, undiscernible, undiscernible, spade, horse.
So nothing is at midnight.
There is no midnight.
Got it.
It's 10 cycles, and the one that would be pointing directly up is 1.
Oh, yeah?
Jeez. Okay, crapola.
It's not a 12 o'clock, it's a 10 o'clock.
I don't think we need to draw it.
I'm gonna draw it.
Okay, you go nuts. I'm sorry.
The only one I have like any sort of educated guess would be the spade, maybe being the gambling den where the red apples work out.
That seems too close.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I that's what I was thinking too. Like it's just it's in the jungle near Swordbreak. To
If you have-
teleport a whole building that close almost seems
If
redundant.
you have a whole building that can travel, I would put the next port like in the woods next to the town you just found it.
If you
I don't
have-
know. Medusas don't have any legs, so maybe.
If you have history trained, you're going to try to, with the symbols, discern what they might mean.
I'm gonna guess
Jack of all
horses,
trades.
Leonis.
Jack of all trades.
Yep. I'll allow for Jack.
Jack.
Jack's
Oh, I critted it.
Dang.
Okay.
There we go, man.
Nice.
So, Swordbreak, the broken sword, is probably what that would be. The keep, based on the way it's stylistically drawn to be longer, you assume that would be Anvilvote, which is a tall, volcanic kind of striated with a fortification on its top. The crown would probably be Penford. The undiscernible markers, obviously nothing. The flea seems to be some orientation to Denisotvan, but you do know the barony of Ulaman to the far south also had the flea as its icon. The undiscernible markers, again, nothing. The spade card, the only thing that can mean is the town of Cardend, which is kind of a conglomerate town. No, not, sorry. It's kind of an amalgam town, not of the conglomerate, to the west, southwest, kind of here-ish. I'm on a different map. Hold on. Let me move you
Southwest.
here. And the music will change, of course. So, real quick notes. So, Ulaman is this big gray patch down here at the bottom. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the heart of the barony of Ulaman.
Mm.
Cardend is in these forests here. Anvilvote, we already know, is up here. And then the horse is, without a doubt, Ionis. And the crown is more than likely Penford.
Wait, the horse was Leonis? I was right?
Yeah, there's no doubt in your mind. The only society that you can think of
Values horses.
is as much
Fools.
as the Ionians.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
How many conglomerate people knew about this tower?
We can always dial up old Nicholas.
We could just drive this bitch to Penford.
Yeah, I mean, this is a
Well,
teleport.
it's
This
been
is basically
crossed out.
it's our TARDIS. We
We're
could go
probably not
anywhere we
meant to
want.
go to Penford in this bad boy.
No, but like if we could just fill it full of dudes and then drop it in Aeonis and attack from the inside out.
I think that's an idea, but we should probably reach out before we take this thing for a spin.
I am literally ready to spin this
I
die.
know-
and see where
I
we
know
go.
you
Kick
are.
the tires. Let's go.
You're ready for a tailspin.
I really just want
I would really like to
Let's
rest.
begin.
to let it stop on whatever.
But I'm so curious. What kind of bearings you think this thing's got in it?
Fuck all. That's my good.
I guess it's gonna be a bit more whiskey.
I don't see any. I don't see any seatbelts. I don't see any.
Oh,
I
hold
see
on,
myself
stop
hitting
them.
every wall. in
Well, this kind of format of teleportation is not uncommon if it is what you think it is. Again, it's already been kind of prefaced with an idea of more ancient conglomerate style magic with the rings. That is, if it does what you think it does.
Yeah, so do we
While we're
want to...
inside, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that fancy cloak I have on back outside in, or inside in, and proudly display my badge
Okay.
for the sake of
Good to
things.
be home.
Yeah. I guess I'll take a closer look at the gargoyles
Okay.
if no one's gonna stop me.
Petrified demons.
Yeah, so looking at them, it does appear that they have a bit more in common with real-to-life things being petrified than simple statues.
Because they don't have a water spout.
Correct. Also, yeah.
I've been petrified once.
So what they look like, and again, not being terribly familiar with Arcana, but having an idea of how demons kind of work, they are what are known as cambions. Cambions are mortal-looking in feature, but they have wings, demon horns. They're very much your traditional idea of what like the devil looks like.
Did you mean to sound like Trevor Moore?
I did actually.
Okay.
The
Person like you
devil.
thinks that the devil.
The devil. Just
That's not
lounging
bad.
around, petrified around a lodestar, just hanging out, doing.
Not bad.
Okay, I'm done.
Not bad.
The problem is the funny part about it is if you keep going with it, and I know I should
it's
stop.
the volume of it is the joke.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
so they are 4 cambions. There are 3 males and 1 female.
can I still reach with Mage Hand?
Yeah.
To the Soul Well?
Yeah, you can grab the star.
What kind of ability do I have with it from ground level if it's still suspended in the air above us?
You're going to check it and see if there's anything that you can do with it. That's
Like our typical options. Like,
Yeah,
can
so
we still contact Dekellis? Can we still?
as we discussed, you couldn't contact him.
Okay, because we need to be
and that's
present
still,
with it.
Well, that's still barred, even though you're now closer to it. Like, even if you kind of shift yourself out to it somehow, it's still going to bar you in this specific soul well. And then there are other options, like quite a number of options that are present. And they seem to be, as you're kind of thinking them, these numbers keep appearing in your mind. Like, just numbers like 1 through a very large number. Somewhere in like the low thousands. It's like a chronological order numbering of all the episodes of One Piece.
I don't understand. What
There's
you're
like a category of options that have no title that are just numbers. There's like 1,000-ish options kind of.
Oh, okay. When I try to access it, there's
but
many things I could be doing, but that are locked from me.
Well, they're not locked. They're just numbered. They're not titled. You don't know what they mean. So what I'm saying is there's a shit ton of options that are nameless, and then there are the core options of what you would normally expect to be able to do with the lodestar.
But I cannot do them.
The normal options you can do, and all the
that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
Numbered options you can do. You cannot.
But communication is blocked.
Okay.
The only one that's being barred from you in the normal sense is Dekellis.
What number is that?
I don't know. But anyways, there's a shit ton of numbers that are also
Usually dial 1.
That's 411.
So there's a lot of stuff we could have been doing with this all along we just didn't know about.
No, it seems that options are pertinent on the soul well that you're in. It's something we've gleaned kind of before in the past, especially with the weird cold iron soul well, and other shit that's happened in like the brighter soul wells. This one seems to have its own logistics, and those logistics are it does not allow for communication, and there seem to be a shit ton of options that are keyed to it in relation to the best way I can kind of describe it though, like, is in a programming sense. Like, imagine if you're looking at like a file directory from like an older system and are able to see it, but your computer's not registering what those options actually are. Does that make sense?
To Dewey Decimal?
So it's like there's an older catalog of like 1,000 options that are made available because of the power of the soul well, and the lodestar is not able to tell you what that means.
Got it.
Sorry, real quick. Hey, Brent, the Dewey Decimal System
I know what the Dewey
we
Decimal
used
System
to
is.
use to look at books.
Yeah, I know what the Dewey Decimal System is. We had to watch the video in school all the time.
Oh, that's rad.
Wow.
I am surprised that you
Why?
are aware of it at all.
Why?
Yeah. In elementary school, we pretty much always watched the Dewey Decimal System video when we went to the library.
That's bananas.
Yeah, I'm going off. I'm bored with you guys. So turn the door. So.
I would love the opinions of Rolling Rock, Silas, and Nix on how sturdy that door looks. because the three of them together are clever, have know-how, and are strong.
I'm not strong.
You're clever, though.
I'm
You're the
clever.
clever one.
I have a joke too if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Oh, later.
Later.
Later, we have
All
questions.
all right.
Wait, which door? The door out?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's the only door in the building.
I'll
It
be the
is.
judge
Do
of
I
that.
think I can open it?
You try
I
to
don't
open
want
the
you
door?
Okay. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
It opens, and as it does, it magically splits the dial again, and you exit out into,
Do I see the guard?
The guards. Yeah, they look like they are mustering and still kind of getting ready to move over. They're not sure what to do yet. They look like they're absolutely terrified, and so too is the case of people you're seeing and scanning, like in the windows.
Okay, I close the door back, let them know what's happening, and say we still seem to be where we're at, but the guards seem to be agitated.
And you close the door. The dial remains
Gotcha.
pointed up at Swordbreak.
I'm not sure that we try to rest here.
Maybe we travel somewhere with the dial. The rest there.
Is that what everyone wants to try for? We've been throwing a lot of risks at the wind here lately.
Are we close enough to so well that we can start reforming, or is it too high up?
No, you can reform. You're fine. Yeah.
I think we can reform, but it's a full long rest, and I don't know how well this is defensible from.
Well, I'm sure we'll be fine.
The city that we're in. This is conglomerate business. We're the conglomerate. Tell them to stand down.
I was thinking the same thing. Who has a badge? Somebody have a badge?
Yeah, I can try to, be an authority here. If you guys want to rest up, I just want to make sure that's what we want to do.
I don't feel like they're going to take too pleasantly to us being conglomerate and trying to throw authority around here. I mean, didn't
authority.
We are on our property.
Didn't the lady, the halfling lady, didn't she tell us that some people actually just were not part of the conglomerate or hated the conglomerate? Or am I just thinking
Plenty of
wrong?
people hated the conglomerate.
Sure.
A lot of people hated the conglomerate.
Yeah,
they were bad people.
Most of our Discord community,
Me?
Like Jeremy and I both hate the conglomerate.
I don't like him either.
I think several
to be
of you
honest
also
with
do.
Joe hates the conglomerate. He made them.
Bastard.
Fucking Joe. But yeah, if you guys want to try and long rest, reform, Ezekiel, and Rolling Rock, I'm willing to give it a shot. Silas, you feel like holding a door?
I can hold it. Yeah, I can
Good
try to
man.
watch it.
Good man.
Okay. So you're taking a
Sound
long
good up
rest?
there, Uther?
I'll just read some random book titles as I climb around.
Yeah, sure. So what you would notice very quickly, and it's absolutely kind of maddening, is there are no book titles. And all of the books have similar kind of binding. If you grab one and pull it out and open it up, to you it's effectively like lorem ipsum. Like it's just a bunch of text that doesn't make sense. And it's in common, but as you kind of stare at it for a while, you realize that this is very much like your conglomerate primer regarding how spellcasters work. This appears to be a spell book.
All of them?
If you do it with another one, it's exactly the same. Lorem ipsum, no idea. These are all spell books.
Damn.
There's
No
a lot.
freaking wizards.
yeah, no, I know. Literally, if a wizard was
No, guys, this is a wizard trap. A wizard would go insane here and spend the rest of his waking days until he starves to death, dies of
He'd never
dehydration.
leave.
Where I have
This is a Twilight Zone episode.
Listen to me. I just have to
I
copy
had-
everything in
I
here
had time now.
into this one book.
Then he breaks his glasses.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Rips the back end off and just starts stapling the other books to it. It's just like this big 3-ring binder of mess, and he's like, I've got all the spells.
So if we're long resting, does that mean those of us should level?
Yes.
If we survive the long rest, yes.
The long rest is survived because nothing enters. What Silas will note is it does sound like people are kind of outside.
Just gawking.
And kind of trying to open the door, but what Silas realizes is that the door is no longer openable now that the ones who summoned the tower.
Can you
are
roll
in it.
for me, John?
Radical.
Oh, right. Hold on. I need my bag.
I rolled a 1, so I don't
Like, we're
want that
leveling
one.
up. Some of us.
I want
so sorry,
that
Brad. I'm so
trash.
sorry.
Do we use the character
okay.
mantler symbol by our class now?
Yeah, if it's blinking. yeah.
Should.
It's
Okay.
blinking.
It's blinking.
It's
Wanna
off.
make
It's
sure-
off.
there's-
It's off.
there's-
It's off.
Do I have to time it? Click it when
It's
it's
called.
on.
That's called blinking, boys.
I'm assuming Silas, you're gonna
Ooh,
stay
do
with
I
that
take
8.
average?
Well, it's above average. But what are you rolling, Nick? A D8?
Yep, I rolled a super hard 1.
Well,
Oh, I clicked on average. I'm sorry.
I gotta
Oh, I'll take that.
Oh, there it is. That's
What'd you get?
6.
Oh, way better. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Go ahead and throw mine too. I only got a 3.
What are you rolling, D10?
Yes, Yes, he is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be upside down, but 7.
7's better than 3.
So those who are watching at home, this is the first time some of you have seen our leveling structure, because we've never leveled in game on a Sunday.
No.
It's a little inside sports.
A little inside sports. So you roll the player rolls their dice. If they don't like it, they can choose to forego their dice and take what I roll, and that is sometimes better, and it's sometimes a lot worse than what they got. But when they say go to me, whatever I roll, that's what they get. Period. And that's just because I am a generous GM. And,
Someday I'll level up.
just reforming your body in sadness.
Eh.
The experience that you gained for the fight, you did gain, by the way, like as
Yeah.
a ghost. So that goes to your new character. You should.
Yeah, I wrote it on the new character.
How much was that?
They put me up at 17,050.
Oh, you're close.
Yeah.
Just not quite there yet.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. Stop dying.
Would be nice.
Baby cat, no. Baby cat, no. Why have you done this thing? Okay.
3.
You folks need a couple moments to level, but in the meantime,
Yeah. How am I supposed to pick a spell?
if anybody does have any questions or curiosities regarding anything that's he totally just took that little spaceman and left with it. God damn it.
Rascal.
Yeah, he's a little rascal, that's for sure.
It's one less you have to get rid of.
Well, strangely enough, there was a corner that was the kill teams, and he took one of the Tempestus Scions away.
Well, that's just one you can replace with the shit you're getting rid of.
Oh, right, I could just use one of the pieces I'm getting rid of
Whoop.
instead. Oh, that's actually, yeah, perfect. Oh, no,
Yeah.
it was the sergeant, I can't. I only had one.
Well,
Fuck.
throw it all away.
Put it all out. Does anybody have any questions during the rest regarding anything that you want to do in the kind of meantime? Like, because again,
Oh.
there's obviously a whole area to inspect or explore, but
I'll be writing on the floor with the magic marker.
okay, there's a lot of options too in the Lodestar that are you don't know what they do.
You want to play?
Take a look.
Take over.
Mari's gonna be a fairy.
You be a ranger.
If she ever wants to play D&D, by the way.
She said she's bored, but she doesn't want to play.
He's bored. So he goes to see what you do.
Okay, Allie, it's your turn.
Baby.
I mean, I hear some people's wives like the Dungeons and Dragons.
Mari's never tried it.
Not mine.
Chody's wife, Kate, loves it.
Yeah, she loves it and she hates that we never invited her to play it. It's really funny.
She should just become a patron. She is in the freaking.
I have this cool game we were supposed to play and all her friends ditched, so it's on her, not me.
Yeah, she needs better friends. Make sure she watches this video back so she can hear all of us roasting her. That would be swell. Okay.
Any spells you guys want in the group?
I just took Dimension Door, which I think will be helpful.
That spells.
Did you read Dimension Door?
What
Do
about
we
it?
know what
You're-
Dimension Door does?
You are
Piece
small.
of shit and liar.
So what does that mean?
Read Dimension Door.
Okay. Maybe I ought to read it more carefully. I
Dimension
will.
Door sucks ass, dude.
It moves you 500 feet.
500 feet, and
Yeah, but no.
you and maybe a person smaller
No.
than you.
You and a person smaller than you, and no one in this party is smaller than Nyx.
Oh,
if I-
that's lame.
what if I don't?
I'm not taking Dimension Door. That's a shitty spell.
It's right up there with.
Come on, let's go! That
What's
door's
on
way too
Death
fucking
Cut?
small for me,
Do
man.
plane shift instead. Plane shift's fun.
That's a 5th level spell.
I have fourth level, yeah. So
Have you tried looking into the mystical archives for any cool options in there?
I have not. I'll take polymorph, but that's
I'm
complicated.
And a heads up, I am still trying to get it on Roll20. I just need to find a specifically licensed compendium converter.
What would be your publication for that?
Mystical archives?
So everyone, check out Mystical Archives.
Yeah, there you go, Kevin. I mean, Andy.
Wow.
Because Kevin used to always try and segue that shit in. I was always like, God, that is. I mean, he's really good at it, but damn, is it embarrassing. I can't.
Going to my folder of your publications.
I would say.
Got it. I got it.
Do you have ranger spells in your stuff that we can take?
Yeah.
I'm not finding any of these very fun. Ooh, dark vision.
Mystical archives. So
I'm looking.
I'm going in there for.
Okay.
The dorky. So for,
I am pretty dumb.
for 4th level, displacement's fun. If you don't want to
I
get
can
hit.
do level 2.
And my favorite spell for 4th level bard is Mosh. That shit is great.
Really?
So Mosh is like minor, or is like the illusion spell that creates mirror image, except that instead of just not doing anything, they're all just hardcore dancing and will hit people.
Mosh pit. Got it.
Absolutely. For Ranger, I would say, what level spells do you have for Ranger?
Oh my God.
I can pick up 1 second level spell right now.
Okay. Let's see. 2nd level Ranger, Avenging Arrows, Barrage of Boulders, Portal Trace is a good one for tracking. Thrill of Possibility, Tangle Trap. They're all good. Did any of the names of those sound good?
What was the boulder one?
Boulder, a Barrage of Boulders, 60-foot range, 1 action, conjuration. You create a rain of stones in a location you specify. Each creature in 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Dex saving throw. On failure, takes 44 bludgeoning damage on a failed saving throw, and the ground becomes difficult terrain. There's also Healer's Sight, but I don't know if that's one that you'd be interested in.
Okay.
All allied,
Show me how dead my friends are.
all allied creatures, you know their hit point totals, like, accurately, and if they have any diseases or anything.
I don't want to know that.
That's a little nosy, don't you think?
Carries penicillin with him.
You can do serpent arms.
Hey, Silas, can I have a
Send
word
it.
with you?
You grow serpent arms.
Just my arms are snakes.
Your arms just become serpents. Yeah.
What the hell's the point of that?
Your arms become
It
serpents.
looks red.
Here, hold on, I'll post it in the chat. Bear with me here. There it goes. You transform your hands into 3 serpents each for the duration, so 6
Oh,
serpents.
that's way more serpents than I expected.
As long as you concentrate on the spell, you cannot perform somatic components for spells. You gain a melee bite attack that uses your spellcasting attack modifier and deals 1 piercing damage and 1d6 poison damage. When you take the attack action, you can make up to 6 of these bite attacks.
Yeah, that does sound kind of fun. I can't use a bow anymore, but I can bite you 6 times.
You can certainly bite.
There's a good one in Gathering Magic, Shadow of Doubt. That's a pretty powerful spell against casters.
Yeah, absolutely. But Portal Trace is one that I would suggest too, because it could be beneficial for you as a group, and especially you as a tracker. Portal Trace says
At this party, nobody's ever gotten away from
You
us.
divine the nature of lingering teleportation magic to discern where a creature has gone. You target a space a creature was in before it teleported using a spell or feature within the last minute or magical gateway within range. If the creature uses second level or lower method of teleportation that was not from a spell, or a method that was not from a spell, such as a class, ritual feature, or a magical gateway, you automatically discern where the creature has teleported to. You know how far away it teleported and in what direction. If the creature's teleportation method designation or designate a specific location, i.e. the spell teleport, you know the exact location the creature teleported to. If the teleportation spell is a 3rd level or higher, you have to make a DC 10 plus the spell's level spellcasting ability check, and on a success, then you know it. And you can cast a spell at higher level, and casting at higher level means that the spell that you have to kind of trump is lowered, similar to a counter spell or dispel magic.
So Andy can take Dimension Door, and I can just tell everybody where he went.
He went that way.
Guys, we're going this way. The rest of us have to walk.
That's 100% accurate.
Can you tell me about why can't I find that 4th level spell? Oh, never mind.
Oh, what, Bard?
Displacement.
Yeah, displacement just means you gain the ability of a displacer piece. Everything has disadvantage to attack on you, in a sense. But not exactly that. There's a chance that they swing at a fake. The exact wording for displacement is as follows. You displace light so that you appear to be several feet from your actual location. For the duration, you project a magical illusion that makes it appear you are standing near your actual location, causing attack rolls against you to have disadvantage. Your melee weapon attacks have advantage. An attacker or defender is immune to this effect if it doesn't rely on sight, as with blind sight, or can see through magic illusions, as with true sight. If you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a saving throw, to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and only half damage if you fail. It gives you greater than evasion.
What is the difference between invisibility and greater invisibility?
Invisibility lasts for an hour, and it ends when you attack or cast a spell. Greater invisibility lasts for 1 minute, and there's a baby.
Hey, baby.
He's making
down.
noise.
Greater invisibility lasts for 1 minute and does not end when you attack or cast a spell.
Oh, shit, we're taking that. Fuck yeah. That's the thing.
That's level 4?
Yep.
Level 2 for regular invis.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Look at this guy trying to act like he knows magic. What, he fucking starting a school or something? Nerd?
I'm gonna lean, guys. I'm
That was-
gonna lean way more into the support deal. I'm not gonna do too much fighting. I know what you're thinking, but we need you.
What do you get back out front?
I can't wait to level up so I can hit stuff harder.
I'm gonna say that's gonna do enough for now.
Okay. If you're all sorts of leveled in such an 8-hour span passes,
I'll probably regret these changes, but we're cool now.
you did go to rest in the middle of the latter portion of the evening, so we're gonna say it's early morning when you finish your rest and rest. That's it. You have the tower at your pleasure and the entirety of the town of Swordbreak still.
And my body back.
And yeah, you are physically corporeal again, yeah.
That is nice.
It's nice to have my fighter features back.
John, remind me later. I need to update my ghost. I keep forgetting to do that.
No problem.
And sorry for anyone watching the stream for how exciting it's been to watch us pick spell.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's a good.
Comes with the territory.
I'll be honest. It's the first time I think this group has actually leveled on screen. It's not an uncommon
It is.
sight. Like
One or two of us have done it before, but it's
yeah,
filling stuff in.
I try to avoid it,
Hallelujah.
but at the same time, it's not bad to have 1 or 2 times it shows up.
It's fun to show everybody how dumb we are.
Yeah, behind the screen, seeing stuff, learning stuff.
Now that we're all in our bodies and rested, we spin
took-
the wheel, correct?
I went ahead and took air bubble because we end up underwater a lot, and I'm afraid of water.
It's a good choice.
My character.
So you're gonna spin the wheel, you said?
I want to spin the wheel
Okay.
really
Yes.
badly. I'm waiting on the party to allow me to do so.
Not you do it. Roll a d10.
All right. 7.
Undiscernible.
Okay.
But it's that specific undiscernible.
It is
Clear.
that.
Does it just not do anything?
It is that specific undiscernible. It spins to when you turn the dial and move it to a different location or spin it, because it does have that kind of free-floating ability to be spun. It lands on that. It's very much Wheel of Fortune-esque, kind of spinning for a bit and then stopping. There is an audible clicking that seems to be present in the wheel.
Price is right. Price is right. Big wheel.
Price is right. Price is right. Big wheel. Big wheel. Except on its side, so it's more like Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune lays down flat.
Okay, but the big wheel is like you're looking at its sidelong. You're not looking
Yeah,
at
you-
its side.
You move to the side of it to spin it. That's where the
No, but-
things are.
Yeah, but nobody looks at the side of it. Anyways, pointless. We are arguing stupid shit.
Woo!
I need more
So it's
beverage.
okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's more like the wheel at Shoe Carnival. How's that?
Yeah, thank you. That's
Yeah,
exactly
crown and anchor.
Crown and anchor. Is that a Canadian thing? I don't know what that means.
You guys don't have. Oh, it might be a Canadian thing. It's a big wheel.
I've
got
never
it.
heard of it.
Got crowns and anchors and numbers on it. and
Filled
you
with
put-
maple syrup.
We
Put
got
loonies
crowns.
and toonies on the thing you think it's gonna land on.
Loonies and toonies.
Yeah,
You
and
guys have the funniest money I've ever heard of.
I love Canada.
I love it.
I
I
genuinely,
love it.
I genuinely love dollar coins. I
wanna
wish we
go.
had them.
I think we should all just go up to Canada. Like
Everybody just moved to Canada.
No, not
We all
go
just
up there.
own one area.
Just go visit.
Vacation.
Just
I mean, if
visit.
you come at the end of
Stevie
summer,
got room to board 6
for-
grown men.
the most Canadian thing you can do is come at the end of summer for the X, which is
And
the
their- and their
exhibition.
families.
It's like the most Canadian fair that happens right in the heart of Toronto, and you can play Crown and Anchor till the cows come home.
On my way.
Wait,
Nope.
is it the cows come home or is it until the moose come home?
Till the moose rut.
There we go.
I have no idea where in Canada you live, so I'm just
Near
gonna
Toronto.
name.
And
I wanted to say Halifax.
hour from
It sounded fun.
Yeah.
Good fishing in Quebec.
Love fishing up in Quebec.
Quebec. Okay, so moving off of that.
Nothing, Jody. Nothing.
I opened the door after.
I
spinning
know
the
what it
wheel.
is. I don't remember the next part of it.
All right.
All right. So you spin the wheel. It hits on 7, and which is an undiscernible marker. Looks like it's been kind of torn out. And you open the door. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. Notes. Perfect.
And we're dead.
No.
And
No, not at all. So the space beyond that you're looking out is no longer Swordbreak. However, if you kind of peek out and look, you'll note that there is no structure. Like there is no tower. The tower didn't move. It appears that there's just now a doorway and looking out onto a vast ocean. Whether or not it's the ocean or bay or waterway that you're familiar with, you cannot be certain. And the ground that's kind of at the foot of this open passageway appears to be kind of like a sandbar that kind of descends down to a rocky beach.
So we're no longer
Oh.
inside a structure?
Well, no. You're looking out a door, and if you kind of do like one of these to kind of look out
Uh-huh.
and see if the tower's there, the tower is not there.
So it's probably not safe to leave the tower.
We should probably keep that door at least wedged open. You know what? No. That never works for us. Remember we put those heavy-ass hay bales in front of, like, purple light?
There's literally a mummy just like rampaging across that one island. Just shut the door, we'll be fine.
That was the one time. That was the one time closing the door worked for us.
Yeah. I'm
I
a
used
grown
to have
ass
the
man.
quarterstaff, but
I'm a
I used
grown-ass
it to wedge a
man.
different door open.
I'm a grown ass man with cats. I hate doors, just like cats hate doors. They hate them.
So do we want to keep spinning and see if we just keep getting cool areas, or do we want to check this area out?
Make a perception check, a history check, or an investigation check. Your choice. If you're looking out the door,
Is it sight based?
Yeah.
it is sight based.
Nat 20. Let's go. 24.
I am staying inside.
No.
Okay. So, Ezekiel, as you're kind of looking out from this wherever, what you do notice is that there do look like there are two coastlines to the east and west. Like you're in some sort of kind of bay or narrow area. And you are pretty sure, but not 100% certain, that you can see kind of like land on the horizon. But it's kind of like so far out that you're not sure whether or not it's just like, clouds, or if there's actually something like out there on the horizon. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, boys, we're in some kind of bay area.
I look down. Is there anything in the water?
So looking down, you've got the sandbar, and then the rocky beach, and then the water. It is a bright blue.
We are on land?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just in the middle of water.
No,
No,
sorry.
no, we're at the beach. We're looking
It's like-
down
Okay.
the beach. I
It's
think.
like a sandbar, and then kind of like, it's almost like a dune-ish kind of sand kind of cropping. And then there's a rocky beach, and then there is water. The water in question is not too dissimilar looking, and again, this is just kind of, your own perception, but it's not too dissimilar from the beach, with the exception of the rocky part, where the Sahuagin kind of came out and fought you. The vibe is not like, it's not like,
like day one stuff.
yeah, like, I don't know if
Okay.
anybody here is kind of worldly traveled, but like, if you've been to the Pacific and the Atlantic, there are very different bodies of water. They are not the same. So, like, what I'm saying is this is
Is
very
that why
much
they
a...
have the names?
Oh, yeah. So, it's very much a vibe that this is probably not too far removed from where you started.
The Atlantic's not specifically that one sea.
If not pacifically?
You heard the man.
They were not Pacific about it.
All
right, boys.
Pacific about... God damn it.
Random spin time. Everybody back at the door.
I feel...
Real quick, I want to pull myself not fully out, but look backward over the door. Is it all land behind us, or is it more water?
It's more land. And you also see a massive tower. Massive in height and in girth. It looks like it's probably like... Don't you grin.
Interesting choice of words.
Look at Steve grinning like a fucking dork.
You're the one that said girth, like we weren't all gonna go there.
It's a massive tower, probably about 1,000 or so feet out from where you're at. And spanning out from both sides of it are massive bridges. It is huge. Not like, I'm not talking, like it's big for like being inside of a city. I'm talking like it's the size of a city, the tower. And then the bridges are also equally massive, probably about a mile wide. And then
Does
miles
this
long.
ring any bells for any of us?
History check if you'd like. And if you
And
pull out
there's a
your
town
map,
called Bridger.
Yeah, I
have a big
think that
bridge.
it's here.
if you pull out your map, you're pretty sure like there's only one identifiable marker on the map that would be close to that.
Oh, that's not Bridger.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Way farther down. Yeah, I was confused because you said we were likely near water that we've been in before, but that is hell far away.
But the water is still
Yeah,
basically the same.
sure, yeah.
It's the same bay. It's like the same coastline, almost.
Yeah, I've never heard of this place. I'm not even going to roll history.
I only got a 12.
You said this is like right behind us?
Yeah, that big tower. So if you had to venture a guess, you're in this hex. And I'll go
We're
ahead.
on that island.
And for reflection purposes, I'll just go ahead and put you there.
Would my history collector story, since this is a pretty big landmark, would I have maybe heard about a gigantic bridge with a huge tower?
Roll history.
You can make a history check.
Yeah, I got a 12. I'm just looking at the skill check.
So, not really, but you do know the story behind the bridge, just having history trained. So the bridge is called the Land Connector, and it was said to have brought together...
Good.
Land. Did I get it?
You did. So,
Yes.
perfect. In fact,
Inspiration.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you all the accolades I can by just talking over you and continuing. So, yeah.
That's the kind of recognition you deserve.
The land.
You've earned it.
I'm gonna piss my own pants.
I should hope so. Continue.
I'm not gonna piss Andy's pants. That's not gonna
Those are
happen.
very far
No,
away.
please don't.
Is that something? I just remember that being a thing we talked about one time being hilarious. Or was it I shit my own pants? I don't remember. Point is,
Moving on. That
Moving
connects the
on.
land.
connects the land. So the island city-state of Ordris is the center island. Okay? And it lost communication in 1052, so about 4 years ago. Ordris is known as kind of being the heralds of the storms, and their master is known, like instead of having like king or emperor or whatever moniker is kind of assigned to a ruler, they're given the moniker as Herald of Storms. The last Herald of Storms was known as Alfgar Ordric, and it's widely believed that he went psychopathic and killed everybody on the island to stop anyone from invading
A
and
big island to kill everyone on.
taking over. Again, no
You're
context.
talking about the big landmass, the
Yeah.
big island in the bay. Oh,
You
wow.
bet. Again, they do not know for sure what has happened here, but they know that no communication has been made with the island and Penford since 1052.
And current year is 1690 something?
The current year is 1056. 1052
Oh,
is when it
Jesus, I'm
lost.
sorry.
It's only been 4
That's
years.
still 7 years is still plenty.
Yeah. So what
Golly.
you would know
Go
that
Ordric.
the bridge was created before the Common Era, the Common Age, and it was built to connect the city-state of Ordris to the city-state of Dykard, Dykard. What is all this fucking? What is happening?
I don't know.
They're all named Harold Storm.
So for those
Damn.
watching, he posted a bunch of pictures of people. He googled Harold Storm.
A bunch of very old men.
It's just a bunch of dudes.
There's a lot of people named Harold Storm.
Moving on.
One of those men could be the
Herald,
murderer.
not HAR.
Oh, I'm fully aware how to spell the word you said.
And you're still posting them.
That was the last one.
Okay, fine. But yeah, so sorry. Excuse me. That being the case, the city-state of Ordris is very much its own entity. Like Penford has its own kind of rulership of the northern lands of Lavidia. Ordris kind of just rules in the center and doesn't really call its lands anything. Sometimes they're referred to as the Stormlands or Storm Isle, but they kind of keep to themselves, and most folk who are from there don't really get out and about. There's no real merchant trade out of Ordris. It's mostly stuff coming into Ordris, if that makes sense. But the city-state on the opposite side of Dykard, which is here, it is known by the conglomerate, and this would have been in your primers, Dykard has been usurped by the forces of the Denisotvans, and they rule over Dykard and all of its subsidiaries, which is Bridgefront, which is this small town here at the bridge front, Hard End, and also Serpent's Trench.
Okay, so some of these dial locations are super close together.
Correct.
So, do you guys, like, is this an undiscernible thing? Do you guys want me to take my little stone chisel and hammer and maybe
Please.
carve a picture of a bridge and a nice girthy tower so we remember which one that was?
Yeah,
I
make
mean,
sure
if we're gonna
you
keep this
emphasize the
ride, yeah.
Girth and length.
Yeah.
So you want to do a chisel of a little bridge symbol on
Tower's
it?
a regular chip.
Yeah, exactly. Just so we remember which on whatever is which. Man, I can't talk today.
It's fine. Me neither.
Undiscernible.
And that's why I poured myself more alcohol. I haven't drank in a long time. My wife was good enough to get me a bottle of whiskey.
We just at number 7.
Number
Girthy
7,
Bridge.
Girthy Bridge.
7 Girth Bridge.
All right, back in the tower, boys. We're doing another spin.
I feel like we should try to avoid Penford.
Number 9.
That's the crown.
Number 9, you said? I gotta get
Fate
past.
card that's right
I-
next to us.
Sorry, I gotta scroll past all these Harold
That's
Smiths.
Cardin.
Bear with me.
Space card.
so
or
yeah.
spade card.
When you flip to that, the door opens to nothing besides stone. It's just like a stone surface.
Oh, we've had
Um,
one of those before.
The stone is kind of a white-ish color. It very much reminds the folks of you who did get white scale shields of being kind of a white scale stone.
So, conglomerate's not welcome here, and they bricked up the door.
No, well,
Massive landslide, maybe?
Perhaps. Rolling Rock, if you'd like to kind of look at the situation here.
Yeah, is there any way to discern how thick this stone is?
Make a history check.
Yeah. Better. Let's go. Better this time. Come on.
Got this.
26. Oh, this
That ain't
stone.
bad.
Just smell it, sniff it, lick it.
It very much looks like this stone isn't placed here intentionally. Like it all fell in.
Oh,
So
no.
whatever space was here, some accident caused a lot of stone to kind of bottle down and kind of fill in the gap where this opening would enter into. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's almost like the roof and everything like around it kind of just descended down. And there's no kind of peerings of light or anything. It's just like, it feels almost as if you're subterranean as well. In fact, with
Compacted rubble.
with stone cutting, you're pretty sure you're about 30 to 40 feet under earth. There's and it feels like it's stone and loose earth that are above you.
How long do you
And-
think this rock has been sitting here in this pile?
And it looks recent, actually. It doesn't look like it's something that's been there for a long time. Real quick for those watching at home, it's almost like someone was trying to build a well and broke a structure underneath them. Someone in the chat will get that, and I love myself for the connections. Continue. Sorry.
That's better than I
Building
thought.
well.
That means it's Elizabeth,
So
I
it's
thought-
loose.
He
Somebody
is the
else
only one
done?
that ever watches us.
right?
How's
we
she
have
doing?
one viewer.
My
And
fear
she's
was somebody
great.
was building an addition onto this cool tower they found, and you summoned it away and killed them.
That'd be funny as fuck. Oh my god.
Not a
You
thought I
summoned
had.
away the supporting structure and killed them all.
Oh,
She
shit,
says
this
she's
is a
innocent.
weight-bearing tower.
I
She
want to.
says she's innocent.
I want to stress something. There is no tower here.
I understand.
Okay.
It's just the idea that they were building off of this and it vanished tickles me, John.
There.
Oh shit!
So you said it's a solid slab of rock in front of us, or is
Not
it a
slab.
pile of stone?
bunch of loose stone. It looks like there's worked stone and kind of loose stone in all of it.
So if I pull like a cube of it with like mold earth because it's loose into our space, does it just pile more down and more just falls into its place?
Yeah, but if you want to spend some time working at it, you can definitely try. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
it definitely
I kind of want to see where if we can pop out into a room proper, or if it's just gonna keep like.
If he wants to take a look,
it's gonna keep falling in until like you move all of the earth above the space that you're kind of trying to get into the tower. And I'm not saying there isn't room for that to happen. It's just going to be a very time-consuming process.
Maybe I might do something a bit more advanced then. Can I maybe create more of an arch or like almost like a mine shaft using stone shape so it's more, we have more of a
Yes.
solid arc.
Is that
to
a spell
work
you
with?
finally have?
Yes, fourth
he
level
should have just
spell.
gotten it. I had the option. I
Shape
thought
stone?
about it.
Okay.
Now
While
I'm an
he's doing
earthbender.
that,
So
I
you're wanting
want
to-
to look at the.
Form
Go
a
ahead.
pathway.
Yeah, just straight through our door to see if we can get into wherever this was supposed to lead.
Perfect. Okay, so
You
you
get
cast spell
5
stone
feet
shape.
cubed a day.
Go ahead and click stone shape. Well, per casting.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cast stone shape for me real quick. Okay. So what you'll note is as you kind of shape the stone and push it out to kind of form this 5-foot opening, it does look like there is some earth behind, and there's definitely more earth above. But with this kind of opening that you kind of created in the excess here and the space beyond, it looks like it led to an underground passage from what you can tell. It looks like whatever structure that this was supposed to exit into is like a hallway underground. Where it leads, you're not certain. And looking, you can't look behind you because as you step out of the space into that square, you'll note that that is actually where the portal is located. You can actually see where the portal is supposed to be. Does that make sense? like you're at the end of the cul-de-sac, and the cul-de-sac magically creates the door that you're entering out of, or exiting out of.
Oh, okay.
Like the
So is there
original
like
way
a
to
long? Is there
enter
like a
the
hallway in front of me
underground.
now?
Sorry,
Or
two
is it
people
just-
talking at once. Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry. So if I step like into the space I created, is there like now there's just a hallway towards where this was
No.
eventually?
You can see the the remnants of the hallway, but the hallway has definitely caved in even beyond the
Okay,
5 foot
so
you
this would
cleared.
take a lot of work to.
Correct. Yeah, it definitely feels like this goes to some underground network of tunnels based on the structure that you can see, and you being a smart dwarf and understanding how underground tunnels work. But as you kind of move away from that, and kind of let the stone shape kind of falter, the stone shape, even though it perfectly shapes the stone in that way, eventually just the weight of the dirt and stone above it causes it to start to fracture in the middle. The stone is not very strong, just a white scale stone. And it feels like the weight of whatever's above it is kind of pressing down on the structure therein.
This was supposed to be Spade Card.
Yes, this is supposed to be
Okay,
fake.
well, Spade Card equals collapsed.
And if you're curious to find a link to that, I highly suggest the party here watches session 0 of Rush of Madness, because it would definitely give you some elucidation as to how funny that shit is.
While
Oh,
he's been working, could I try to access the soul well, see if anything has changed as far as the options that are
Nothing.
listed? Or okay,
It is
just
completely
making
the same.
sure it wasn't based on location.
And here's another fun fact, Bodhi. As you're doing that, you kind of like, just glancing up, just whimsically, the sky above is Carden sky. Nothing's, or not Carden, sorry, Swordbreak sky. Nothing has changed.
Okay.
You would think
so
the sky would.
so the tower is still there. We're just changing where the door exits up to.
Correct.
Got it.
This is more a city of sigil, not so much a Howl's Moving Castle.
Might as well be what that guy took away from us before, on a smaller scale.
What?
That
window?
teleporting thing. The guy that gave
Yeah.
me the magic pen. We had that
Oh, yeah,
window portal. He's like, no. You're not supposed to have this. So he deactivated it all one by one, because it was sending us like across continents.
And now, once everybody's done and back in the tower, I will spin the wheel.
Why spin? Why not just go to the ones we don't know?
Quick question.
Because it's funner to do it randomly.
You said the underground tunnel. It seemed like the portal to enter it is exactly where our door is.
Yes.
Is this tower the only way to enter these secret tunnels?
Could be.
Because if we poke our head out and look up, are we underground?
Yes.
Or is there no room to get your head out of the door?
Well, there was room that was made for you by Rolling Rock Stone Shape.
There was temporary space
And
from
so
the stone shape.
It's still there. It's a bit, again, it's precarious. I'm not going to say it's going to
Okay.
drop or anything, but if you pop
Just
your
for-
head out looking up, it is a ceiling of stone.
And he said we're about 40 feet from the surface.
Stone cutting would elicit that information, yeah.
Okay, but the tower doesn't move with us. Okay.
The tower's not present, correct.
So if, say, one of
Okay.
us were to step outside, and we spin the dial again, they're there looking at nothing. There's not like a doorway. There's not any indication of
If you
our
wanna-
tower
if
having moved around. We're not going to test the theory. That's just my current theory.
Is it kind of like a Diablo portal where it's just like a?
I don't know, man. You want to test it?
Probably.
You want to test it?
Just buried alive real quick.
I mean, we can circle back to
Pick up the
current
ghost.
tower.
Oh, good. Thank you for deleting all those fucking Harold Smiths, by the way.
There's a lot of scrolling. I'm keeping that one. I like it.
Harold
Yeah, he's
Storms.
Harold Storms. Did I say Smith? I'm sorry.
You did.
You did.
Okay. Anyway, shutting the door.
Good man.
Are you spinning it, or are you going to pick your?
I spun them.
Brent, why don't you roll a d8 so we could
Uh-oh.
just randomly go to the ones that we haven't been to yet?
We're going to Aeonis, boys.
That's not how spinning a dial with 10
Oh.
features on it. Okay, cool. So,
We
great.
die.
Oh, fun. Super fun. Click.
Wait, what if we can assassinate that guy real fast?
You open up the door.
Does anybody remember who he is or what he looks like?
You open up the door, and you are immediately assailed by high winds. Just like a high wind is kind of buffering into the space. You see outside of the doorway there are two large pillars that are holding up what appears to be like the top of a gazebo or like the cap of like a bell tower. And directly in front of you is a massive, what looks like a harp, but instead of having strings, there are these long kind of tubular bells kind of slotted inside of the harp. And it just kind of fixed this harp. It seems it's like made out of stone and steel, and the tubular bells are made out of like sheet metal or bronze rather.
I hate wind chimes.
And yeah, the wind is just assailing like you're at a higher altitude than underground.
And we for sure knew the horse was
You're way too young for this, but I'll put this here anyway.
As you look at the harp, it does appear to be carved in a way that it looks like the four tubular bells are like the feet of a horse, and the top of the harp looks like it's been designed to look like a horse's body, and then the bottom looks like it's kind of carved in a way that makes it look like it's planes.
Ionians are stupid.
Yeah, horses are lame. Pick a
Alright.
different Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I heard about this. It's the Ding Dong Horse of Aeonis.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I
What else?
I didn't name it that, but that's what it's named now.
Ding dong.
The Ding Dong
Now
Force of
we,
Aeonis.
Since we're pretty sure it's the owners, we're gonna shut the door. Because I already didn't find all those guys yet.
How far is it from the door?
What, the tubular bells
The
in the
dome.
horse?
Ding Dong Horse.
5 feet, and then
Oh.
like another 10 feet beyond that is like the exit to this space. And the presumption that you get, Uther, kind of being mountain born and understanding a bit about heights, is that you are not on ground level. You are probably 100 or so feet in the air with the wind as it's kind of blasting at you. So you're pretty sure that you're inside of like a bell tower.
Oh.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
I've been through Aeonis. Do I remember that tower?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can confirm like where I'm standing from my own
You've
travels.
never been in here, but you've
No, but-
seen the tower.
Yeah.
You have an idea of where.
Yeah, the tower is known as the Equine Chimes.
How's it not the Ding Dong Tower?
Well, it's also colloquially
How did you not
known-
name the harp, but the tower is named after the harp?
The tower is named after the harp, but you said colloquially it is known as the Ding Dong.
Yeah, it's
Ding
what
Dong
the
Horse.
Penfordites call it because Aeonis, we hate Aeonis right now.
Right.
We
Ding
insult their
Dongs.
horse.
Ding Dong Horses.
There's a part of me that says stop drinking. There's a part of me that says keep going.
Oh, Brent's spinning again.
Yeah, if you're
So
not
whenever
going,
we're done with all that, I've already spent.
you're not going out to check anything here.
What can we see? You said it was another 10 feet to see the edge.
Yeah, so it's like you're inside of a bell tower. If you kind of look outside, your presumption is that the towers or the doorway into this space is being created in between two pillars, kind of entering into a space where there are 4 pillars. So there's an exit to the left, an exit to the right, an exit to the directly in front of you, and it looks like there's a small trap door nearby that looks like it goes into the tower proper.
How long has the war been going?
10-ish years. Let me double check the handout.
Is the wind causing the bells to ring or just the chimes?
The Aeonians rode on Ulot back in. It would have actually only been about a couple of, or maybe a handful of years. It's not specifically mentioned at the start of the riders coming to take over. They took over Bridger in 1055, but there was already conflict prior to that, so I would assume 1050 would probably have been when they started.
And they don't know that the tower can create a door inside of their city? Is that our assumption? Because they didn't do anything to bar it?
Doesn't
We're not
seem-
inside their city. We're on like a mountaintop.
Do you go
near
out
the
and
city.
look? Because
I would take a step out and look down from the
user
tower,
would
yeah.
know that it is in the city, and as
No,
you
we are
shit.
inside Aeonis
look
right
down,
now.
you would
My
see
bad.
3 things of importance that you would know are kind of like large features of Aeonis and identify it as Aeonis to you. First off, there's the Riders' Hall, which is a massive hall that is basically, it looks like it's built to look like a massive stables with two large statues of horses kind of rampant on either side. It's kind of like a longhouse, right? Then you would see the fallen tower of the Magier, which is directly adjacent or directly like across the city from the echoing chimes. And then the third thing that you would see is the massive force of riders on the north side of the city. Like they are ready to move and reinforce forces to the north and northwest or northeast. This is a Jonas. Like
How far away are each of those things from the
so,
tower?
So the Magier's tower is on the exact opposite side of the city, and the city is about a mile long in total. So it would probably be about 3/4 of a mile away. The long haul is kind of directly in the center of the city, so maybe like a couple 300 or so feet. And then the riders on the outside of the city would be as far as they can be away from you, so like a mile away. And again, you're at an altitude of about 400 feet inside of the chimes. So,
which way is the wind blowing?
It is blowing from a easterly pattern. The prevailing wind in this region is easterly because of the ocean.
Okay. I'm going to fire 10 arrows at random across the town, and then we can beat feet.
Okay.
Aeonis is the enemy. I'm going to rain a little chaos so they come to investigate. And with any luck, it'll pull some attention away from Bridger. So I will lose 10 arrows upon the city, and then we will just disappear as if we were never here.
You guys want to graffiti the bell before we go? Just like...
Sure, yeah. Leave some mark that somehow somebody got up here and they.
What's a really good insult?
Chaos crew. I'm totally fine with arrows being shot since you're firing them at random.
We're terrorists now.
I'm not going to say they're going to hit targets, so that's fine.
No, I'm not targeting any. I'm just letting them loose across town.
Love that. That's fine. I will definitely decide whether or not it elicits the response that you anticipate or not, because obviously.
At the very least, it warrants an investigation on where the fuck these arrows came from.
Yeah. And then you said you wanted to graffiti the chimes?
Yeah.
How do you want to...
I looked to Nyx for like a good insult or something. Like, what can we put on
Yeah,
there?
and I would tell him like
horses.
some sort of... oh, yeah. Something about moms and horses.
Use stone shape to give the horse the smallest balls possible.
The craftsmanship of the harp bells didn't seem to kind of... the artist didn't take any proclivities with genitalia. There were no kind of accentuations that were made in that regard. So
You can add them.
You can add them.
Just micro.
Could we just take the bells down?
Yeah, you can just break them.
Yeah.
I don't have much of the means of ruining things, but
Is it like
I
on a
do want to
chain? Can we
ruin.
just like push it off the tower?
No,
Take a
so
shit.
what you would see is there's a pair of hammers that appear to be made out of mithril seated next to the four bronze
shit.
bells. And then there's the arch, which
Take
is made
'em.
of stone and steel, kind of holding the bells in place like in a harp-like pattern. But they're kind of positioned the bells as if they were the feet of the horse, and the top of the horse is kind of over top the bells with like a free space in between. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying here?
It sounded like somebody's getting 2 mithril hammers, and Zach's gonna poop on the door handle so that they can't get out once they're up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna upper decker this thing. Silas, I want you to smash that horse's face.
Grab
we're
those
also
mithril
taking
hammers.
hammers.
Grab those hammers.
Yeah, can I-
Ezekiel, give Nyx a boost so he can spray paint something.
Yeah, can I use the the channel divinity from my thing, the metal one, and then I can give it the tiny wiener like Uther wants?
I'm okay with that. That's fine. Chaos
We're
crew.
doing conglomerates work today.
Little wiener boy.
We're doing the good
This is the biggest move the war's seen in a decade.
Okay. Before you as you're kind of performing these tasks.
Penford finally strikes back.
Arrows are being loosed into the town. Hammers are being taken. Just debauchery and the like is happening to the horse. I would like for everyone to go ahead and make a perception check as you're doing this, and then we'll move back into
Is it site based?
It is site-based, yeah.
17.
9.
Oh, jeez, I rolled
You
a
keep
2.
asking,
I rolled a
is it site?
2.
Is it site-based, and you keep rolling like?
Every time I ask it, it's been like under 15. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Fair.
Stupid ass glasses.
So Rolling Rock, as you're kind of going through this process and engaging it, what you will notice is that the riders in on the north, it does look like there are accompaniments, kind of near there. It looks like there are some structures that look dwarvish, and you would know that they are dwarvish tunnel siegers. And basically what a tunnel sieger is, for those aren't familiar with the deep lore of the Unending Spiral, but they're basically devices that move through Earth as easily as man moves through air. They're massive mechanical structures that are like trains that just kind of push and burrow through stone. But they're about.
They have giant like drills on the top or something.
Not so much drills. Have you seen the movie Total Recall? Not the remake bullshit, but like the original.
Too long ago to remember.
Okay. Have you seen? God damn. I'll just find a picture of the thing I'm looking, or my mind's looking at. Total Recall drill.
You just said it wasn't a drill.
It's not, but it is. It's not like a drill drill.
Is it like telescoping? What is it doing?
God damn it!
Could it cut a channel?
Like this would be the front of it. I think we only see the front of it in the movie. Maybe.
I don't see anything.
I'm posting it. Chill.
That looks like a drill. That's
Okay.
like a boring machine.
Like a drill
It's
to
like
me.
It's like a boring machine.
There
Yeah,
you
that's. It's not like a. Again, my brain's dumb. I'm thinking drill like a B drill. Yeah, that makes sense. But there are 3 of those, and then it also looks like there is a massive dragon as well in their accompaniment. The dragon in question appears to have bronze scales.
Do you notice there's a dragon?
And this is.
Are they
it
all
looks
looking
like
at us?
It's in the Yona camp, like it's part of their army or something.
There are the riders and their horses kind of out in that camp. There are 3 of these earthen devices, the dwarvish tunnel siegers, and then you have a bronze dragon.
Oh, that's awful.
Like a real bronze dragon?
Like a real ass bronze dragon just hanging out.
It's like got an arrow with that guy's name on it. What's his name?
It's like a mile out, so you're probably not going to hit that.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Start writing it on the arrow.
The only way to find out for sure is if you go and ask.
Go ask him.
My hand is on the dial.
I googled.
All right. Well, I wipe and I get back inside the door.
I googled Total Recall drill, and it gave me the picture above and this one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Movie's great. Anyway,
Yeah.
arrows are loose.
Metro hammer.
Hammers are taken. All the other stuff is done. The hammers don't look like they're magical. They are made out of mithril.
Yeah, they're just nice.
The mithril amount is £1 a piece, so you could actually use that for smithing if you want to.
Sweet.
And then back into the door.
Yep. And I got a 6 on the roll.
After a lot of high-fiving, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it to number 8.
He already got spun to 6, though.
I said my hand was on the dial.
Maybe next time.
I can't wait for the next report to kill us.
We're gonna have so
We
we're gonna get like all
got
this
him back,
reward.
buddy.
You're gonna be so mad.
No, seriously, though.
Well, we dealt a huge morale blow to them. That's massive.
I think we
They
won
won't
the
even know.
war.
It's like, by the way, we defended.
You gotta see. You can barely see, but you gotta see the wiener on this horse.
We go back to Pinford and everything's totally fine. Hey, this is all withdrawn. They're just completely defeated.
Our
The
PP
morale has broken them.
our horsey peepee's too small. So real quick, the drill is kind of it's metal and it's like bladed on the front and it's like a boring drill.
Sure.
I was
It's-
just make sure that it's
It's
clear
just
for the
darting
chat.
through the ground at us.
The thing that cut the channel.
The channel. Yeah, the channel. That's exactly right.
I put a
There's
picture of it.
A random guy dressed in a Superman outfit. No, seriously, like when they were boring the tunnel, they had to wear high visibility outfits so that when they were breaking it open, they would see if they actually got through to a space or a different cavity. And one guy on the English side wore a Superman outfit.
Me?
Anyway. Sorry, dumb lore aside. 6 or 8. It sounds like we're having some fighting over the dial. One wants to randomly spin it, one wants to set it.
Sounds like they're just spinning it back and forth.
I'm not gonna
Duck
say
season, rapid season, duck season, rapid season.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
8. If those are 2 options, I pick 8.
All
right.
Random chances being absconded away from Brent.
Do you want to flip a coin if it's just one of 2 of those?
I am the one spinning the
Do
wheel.
you want another
I will
random
spin.
chance mechanism to determine the random chance mechanism?
Yeah, I could go get some chicken bones.
Wishbone between Nyx and Ezekiel. Let's go.
We should leave. I just defecated on a horse statue.
So we shouldn't dawdle. That's fine. Let's just go to 6.
On the door handle and the
do
hatch. So if they close the door behind them, they have to get through your poo.
6 or 8.
6 is fine. 8 will be next.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Kill
So
us.
when you open up the gate here and open up the door, it looks and looms out to a city. It doesn't look like Penford. It looks like the architecture is very much older and more draconic. You would see that the entirety of the city appears to be filled to the brim with people. The people in question have slightly longer arms than folks you would know as Janarin. And you would also see that there are a large number of individuals who appear to be in military garb of the Denisotvan forces, which in your primers are listed kind of like red capes, red scarves, red flags and banners, and kind of a bronze-ish armor. And in your kind of surveillance, like immediate, it seems like you're in some side of interior with kind of open air kind of exterior, like windows, like not so much windows, just like an open air kind of nature to it, like kind of like the Parthenon is what I'm trying to kind of relay to you here. Like
Okay.
it's like there's pillars and some walls, but there's mostly just kind of open space out into the city proper. And you do see that there's a larger grouping of people who look like they're a military force, and the leader of which appears to be a man with palish skin, long black hair that's kind of slicked back, and black armor. He too is Denisotvan, and he's riding a massive bright red horse, which I think Bodhi would recognize as a Ronin, which from the last campaign you would know are the majestic horses of the Summer Elves.
Yes. How far away is this figure?
They are probably only a couple 100 feet away from you, but they don't seem to
Are they
notice.
riding towards or away from us?
They're not riding anywhere. They're just kind of about.
Posted up?
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like they're with their force, like they just arrived here.
Anyone have an idea what city this could be?
What was the symbol for this one? This was 6. This was
It was the
Barony
so
of
this-
Houlihan is what
Undiscernible.
John said earlier.
Was it 8 or was it 6?
6 is what
That's
we're looking for.
We picked. It was 6.
Flea.
Oh.
So he said
Andy,
the Barony of Houlihan and then
Hula-
Flea. Yeah.
Ulaman.
Houliman.
Liman.
Okay.
weren't the Denisotvans the ones that jumped us after the dragon escaped?
Dennis
I'm trying to
Hopkins-
find what's up with that.
Denisotvans were the one who raided this region from the west and caused the Ionian riders to push to the east and take territory to try and kind of get away from the Denisotvan invasions.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know where this would be on our map?
Yeah. So I'll snap.
Yeah,
ping
it's
you.
the gray area down there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's way out.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. We're really down there.
Yeah. And a quick note, a couple of fun facts. I just want to make sure we discussed Rush of Madness being in Carden, and you've already kind of looked at that. The town of Gateneath is actually located here. That's where the Tuesday game goes on.
You're saying we can fuck Tuesday again?
If you guys wanted to jump out in one of these locations, dig for a while, or kind of walk for a bit, I mean, you could just jump into the last sessions of the Tuesday game, or like hop into the early sessions of the Friday game.
I mean, they did ruin Spade for us, so.
No, it wasn't their fault.
They ruined that place we never heard of until now.
Hold on, it wasn't their fault. It was definitely an NPC who was trying to just dig a well for his apple farm. Okay.
Oh.
That's even lamer.
In this climate?
Now we gotta mess them up just out of principle on that, honestly.
It was mentioned in the Twitch chat by our one viewer that if you were to...
Which one?
Elizabeth. If you were to go into this portal now and rush off to Gateneath, you could be the one that sets fire to the town.
Is there a town that needs set fire to?
Even though...
Do we know where Gateneath is?
Oh, you guys all just jumped on the logistics train of an arson.
Obviously,
Holy moly!
you don't know where the town of Gateneath or what the town of Gateneath is.
Odds are good. I have a pretty great fear of fire as well.
I have
could
no
burn
idea
the
what you
whole
guys are
forest over
talking
here
about
down
as Bodhi flicks his
and
cigarette
catch
butt
them.
out the door.
That's right.
And then Ulamon burns.
So does
No, it just catches wind. Just goes to wherever it needs to.
Flies, let's see, hold on.
Just kick over an oil lamp in a barn somewhere nearby.
Let's just say 105 miles.
Oh, fuck, that's too far.
Like the Great Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
This time it's a goat man.
It's a goat man trying to kick the heaven.
8 was the next one, right?
Yup.
So, quick question about the Dualathothans.
Dennis
Do they have like a really strong like navy or something? If they're able to like harass Aeonis from all the way down here, looking at the
no.
map, like,
They would have to ride over a mountain ridge.
like these guys are.
They have a
Hell
strong
forces.
aerial navy.
Ooh,
Oh.
damn.
They use those big arms to fly.
We should rebels with these guys. They hate Aeonis. We hate Aeonis.
Dennis Hopkins are like, we just rode out to the Lavinia, and boy, are my arms tired.
tired. But I love it. Took my joke though.
They're the whole reason we're fighting a war right now, boys.
It's because of puns.
Also that.
The Great Pun War of 1056.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bard was left alive.
Changing the name of the Revelation series to The Great Pun War of 1056.
Bards and dads all over the country.
Bars and dads all over the country.
Let's wait to whip out today's pun. I have to find the right moment.
Alright, spin the wheel.
6.
It was
I think
8. It was
8.
predetermined to 8.
Okay.
We can do predetermined date. But next time we're spinning the wheel.
Okay. So you are on. You are in a space that appears to have standing stones. There is an ocean, probably a few miles out to the north of you, maybe 7 or so miles out to the north of you, but kind of down and away from you. There's a path that leads to the west, and the path is made out of white sand or white dirt. The path also leads into a forest to your east, and there's definitely a large grouping around the standing stones of growing orange caps, which to Bodhi would signify that this is somewhere that's kind of closely affiliated with the Feywild. You would see that
We're closely affiliated with the Feywild.
there's also a bridge to the west, quite a distance off, and it looks like it's similar in structure to the bridge that you saw when you appeared in the first initial Girthy Tower Bridge.
So we're up here on this coast.
Yeah. Probably about here. Oh, hold on. Here.
Even better, now we just catch the forest on fire and it contact fires already so it gets down to the city.
Couldn't burn down the Feywild.
It's like the TNT like fuse. It just
Yep.
And Bodhi, is this like another Feywild? Like, should we kick these mushrooms to like stop the portal? Oh, he's gone.
I would take a gander from the doorway.
Yeah, if you pop out, I mean, like, it looks like there's enough orange caps you could probably harvest them without, like, taking a full day to do it. Like, there's a good amount here. You could probably muster up a
Do we
dozen.
recognize what kind? They're red caps, you said?
Orange caps.
Orange.
Orange caps.
Orange caps. We've run into those.
Yeah, they're like healing
what are
ones. They're
those
like
do?
good berries.
Yeah,
Are they the ones that were around the little guys that kicked our ass yesterday?
no, those were called red caps. That's where I got confused.
Yeah,
Okay.
different kind of cap. No cap, on God.
Yeah, I'll step out. I'll gather some mushrooms. Have a look around. Do I see any evidence of Fae?
There's just a Fey presence here, and you would know that means that there's probably a Fey line near here, but it doesn't seem like it's something you can access without knowledge of how to access the Fey line.
I wouldn't want to access it.
And real quick note, a Fey line is a ley line between the material plane and the Feywild.
Also a cat.
No, feline.
It's feline.
Hold on.
Jeremy, you are full of beans today.
Look at feline.
I'll draw
Got it
the,
open.
Picture.
a
You
cat
draw
with
the outline.
fairy wings for the symbol. For the Fey line.
Go back. We can't. Oh, he's so mad about it. Oh, poor guy. He's like, I'm sleeping. Why did you pick me up?
So you could go steal more minis.
Because I had to show you on the camera. Oh, he did steal that miniature. Thank you for reminding me, Jeremy. You post that in the chat so I don't forget.
Punish your cat for theft.
Soupy mashed potatoes. Okay. Do you go back inside, or do you want to collect the orange caps and then go back in?
I said I'd collect some.
Okay, roll a d12.
Okay.
But we don't know the name of this place, right?
Steve or Chody, roll a d12.
Who's the best
I
with
got
luck?
Pretty please.
Yeah, 11
9.
total orange caps is what you are able
Dang.
to muster.
I'm good at this.
Sure, good at grabbing mushrooms, boy.
Ew. But
There's still one mushroom that won't come off of Luffy's body.
okay, so back inside. We've been to 6. We've been to 8. We've been to...
No.
Yeah.
I am stopping you from
We're missing
going, 'cause we are
4 and
officially
5.
in dangerous territory.
4
We
and
just
5.
committed all of that heresy in that town. We cannot go back there. We are officially picking numbers now.
Aww.
We are
4 and
officially
5.
siding with Nyx and not Ezekiel.
But you did get to spin it several times.
I want to
Random's
see him
not
spin more.
Random is not an option anymore for that very reason.
Oh, yeah, well, we've been here before. They
You
probably
can commit more attacks on the try or the thing.
So you can do what, 2, 4, or 5.
2, 4, or 5. Which one do you want?
I don't care anymore. I just wanted to spin it.
No,
Roll a d3.
you're gonna get us killed.
We'll do 4.
4, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, right. Okay, so when the door opens, there's a very just distinct blast of heat that comes through the space. It feels like you are in an underground space, Rolling Rock, and you're able to detect you're several hundred feet underground at this point. And there's a blast of heat that feels like you're inside of a furnace. Not like you're inside of a space near a furnace. Not like,
Okay, so like in like a forge area, not actually in the forge.
yeah. So when the door opens, what you're looking at is it's a small, like 15 by 15 room. Directly on the ground in front of you is an arcane symbol, which those of you who took the Conglomerate Primer know is a teleportation circle. And then there is a massive iron door opposite of where you are to that space. The iron door on your side doesn't appear to have any barring mechanisms or anything blocking it, but it does have dwarvish markings on it that appear to denote this as a space known as Ancrag.
Boys running Craig.
It's a
That
deep
sounds
door.
familiar.
Deep
Was this 4 or
dwarves.
5?
They
This is four.
This
they were the friends with the red dragon, and
Oh, that's right.
they killed Paka.
this was
Oh,
So we're back up on that south coast. Okay, cool.
sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
Ask your question again, so your party.
Are we at number 4 or number 5?
4.
Thanks. And Craig. Got it.
I will carve a face of a dwarf with a frown with like angry eyebrows. We know it's St. Craig.
Alright, number 5 it is.
Okay. If you move to number 5, it is a complete sheet of stone that appears to have been put in place purposely to bar the door. What's beyond, you are not certain.
I only have 1 4th level spell per day.
I had a feeling.
Sorry.
We'll have to come
All right.
back to this one.
I'll knock on the stone.
It is very heavy, so you definitely get a vibe that there's
Strictly
no.
stone wall.
Yeah, if you had to venture a guess, Rolling Rock, and with stone cutting, it's a pretty accurate guess. The stone wall in front of you is about 5 feet thick.
Oh, god damn it.
One
Wow.
We gotta wait till a day.
one stone shape would probably have done it, but yeah, you did go in a very strange order for sure.
Keep that in mind.
We'll be back
Keep
in
it
8
mind.
hours.
We'll come back.
Hey, Rolling Rock, what kind of
Man.
stone is that?
Granite.
We haven't been to 2 or 3 yet. We're pretty sure 3 is Pinford and 2 is.
Is there anything
Uh,
about the stone that will tell him geographically where we might be?
No.
Okay.
The only thing I can kind of mention to you that would be substantive, because that's a word, is there's a specific moisture in the air. But other than that, I'm not giving you anything.
Moist stones.
Like wherever you're at is probably like coastal or like riverside or lakeside.
All right, it's by water. Got it. Thanks.
Most places in this region are, but yeah.
Sure are. All right.
Alright, do we want to check out what 2 is and see if it's actually the place we think it is, or see if 3 is actually the place we think it is?
Let's save 2 for last. Wait, which one's
No.
which? Save
We
the
should
crown
go-
for last.
Yeah.
Okay,
crown
so we're going
last.
to 2.
In case we get in trouble.
Okay, hold on a second. I need a moment.
Get out of there right now and start your journey all over again. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, I'd hate to get grounded.
That's it. Give us all you're getting the base stuff again.
Nikellis did not want to send Bodhi on this mission.
Takes all of our shit that we found.
So the keep one is what you were opening, right?
Keep, yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. This could prove hilarious. Okay, so when you open the gate, bear with me here. I think I can actually move you to a map on this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not good when he's ready.
This is
That does put a damper on things.
Gate inspiration.
Oh no.
That was fucking funny. It's not good when he's ready. Hold on a second here. Ezekiel,
Oh, he's putting us all on the map.
Rolling Rock. Well, you're only looking out through it. It's decided to, or it's your choice whether or not you want to
Get killed.
go out into the space.
That was the perfect time for like 3 or 4 of us.
Not me, please. I'd like to get
You
my
should
third
start
ring at
hanging
some
back a
point in
little
time.
better.
Thanks for being patient with me, folks.
Alright, cool. Meat cake.
Let's see if this works. Yep, sure as hell did. Okay, so the door appears to be kind of at an angle, kind of in a corner.
The map is black.
Do you see the space in the corner? No.
I see my token and nothing else.
Okay, hold on.
Are we all stacked up?
You are.
Because I also only see Jeremy's token and a circle of blue.
Um,
Oh, I can still move
do you
Jeremy.
have dark vision, Jeremy?
I do.
What's your dark vision? 60?
I think so.
Mine's 120. I don't have it either.
Okay. I see a triangle room.
Yep.
Triangle-ish room.
And Silas, you have the night vision goggles, right?
Goggles, yeah.
Anybody else having missing sight or no?
I can see.
Okay, that's a baby.
Hi.
So the space you
Oh,
enter in,
Eleanor.
So
you're
mad.
behind a dais that actually stands about 5 feet high. And on the top of the dais, there is a large, long, almost kind of sarcophagus or coffin-shaped chest that appears to have been bound with iron binds. And this music is not correct. Hold on. It didn't switch to the music that it should be playing, which is dark and evil music. That's better. So about 5 feet up on the stone slab or dais, you see this chest. The chest appears to have been sealed with 2 large iron binds, and it looks like it has a number of spikes or studs on it. On the right side, you see books, but the books are behind a cage, like an actual kind of cage that bars you from kind of reaching in and grabbing them. And then there are some books on the walls to the north and northeast of you. And it looks like you're in some sort of space that's like a library. The structure that you're in has kind of an Art Deco look to it. And Rolling Rock, you would identify it as kind of like a Nouveau-esque, dwarvish, kind of modern dwarf making that appears to be kind of like a fusion between dwarvish making and kind of the Penfordite kind of idea of architecture, which to you would identify this as 100% Ambleboat, because Ambleboat is a conglomeration of dwarf merchants and human merchants who kind of came together and were mining a very important resource from the spire.
I really want to open this chest.
Guys, I think we're an anvil vote.
We wanted to go there anyway, didn't we?
I've always wanted to go there. I heard good things.
Are we underground?
Yes and no. So let me explain to Rolling Rock what he gets. There is hundreds of feet of stone above you. There's maybe dozens of feet of stone to the right or left of you. You understand what I mean?
So we're
Are we in the?
in a
Ooh,
mountain?
can I guess? Can I
Yeah,
guess? Are
yeah.
we in the flying rock?
No.
Oh.
There's thousands of stone beneath you. Like, it goes all the way down to the core. You are definitely grounded. But there's only like dozens of feet to the right or left of you, but there's hundreds of feet of stone above you.
So we're like in a cave or a mountain?
You're like in the... So, like I described Ambleboat, it's a very tall mountain.
Yeah.
In that it's like just like a spire. And they built their town on the top of it, on the plateau.
Oh, okay. Is this like a door?
There's a door. Yeah, there's a large double door to the northeast there. And
We are near the peak of the mountain then?
you are not certain whether... Rolling Rock would know you're not near the top. You're inside of the spire.
I hear the static now.
What's that?
You are creating someone.
There was a
Is it-
tiny bit. There's a little bit of feedback from you.
Is it me?
I
Oh,
think.
weird. Okay. Those who are watching at home, so just the one person, awesome as you are. Am I getting static on my side, just to be sure? It might be a Discord thing, because Discord is where you guys are hearing me, but the people at home will be hearing me through OBS. She
It
can't
just
hear
came back and it's not all the time.
It's Discord, 100%.
This word is
What are the odds that this is the bodies of one of those other can never die people? Because he said he buried them somewhere, right?
I really want to open it, even if it isn't.
The worm guy.
I thought that was near Angrak.
Didn't
Agronaut.
he say he like separated them through huge
And Craig.
distances?
Angrak.
Yeah.
This is pretty far away from that, so this would have been a good place to seal them out.
Yeah, I mean, if we open it and it's not that, we could probably find something that shouldn't be taken out, and then we could take it.
Yeah, it looks body sized. Are there any markings on it at all?
No, just a bunch of studs and kind of like cross patterns of bindings.
What else is
a
in here?
padlock
These
on it?
books?
Books, shit ton of books.
Kind of books.
It looks like
Books in
the
cages?
the type. Yeah, there's books in cages. There are some books that are not in cages. And Rolling Rock, like you would notice, the books that are not in cages, they look like they have dwarvish titles. If you look at the ones that are in cages, and kind of higher up on the shelves, the higher points, looks like the titles are all in dwarvish. This looks like a dwarvish repository of knowledge regarding something known as Iker.
Any volumes that like stand out to me, or like that I recognize, or is it just kind of
It
these
looks like
look
these
like
are-
one of a kind?
Yeah, one of a kind independent texts that are like the repository of knowledge of at least the people who are present here regarding a substance that they seem to regard as Iker.
Damn, all first editions, boys.
And
So we should
I'll flip some pages.
if you have religion trained, which I think is also nobody in this party.
I don't think so.
No.
Andy's jack of all trades.
Yeah,
Bad
baby, let's
boy.
do it.
So Nix knows that
20.
Iker is the blood of celestials and infernal. So fiends and angels, they don't bleed blood, they bleed Iker. And Iker is said to be the substance of the gods.
So we should definitely open the coffin chest thing.
Take a sip.
You would also know that Iker is sometimes used as a material component in creating magical inks.
Just inks.
I'm not hearing any downsides to opening this chest if we open it.
Yeah, that's fine. Remember that they had mentioned that Amblevote was a source of magical inks for other places nearby.
Okay. So, hey, what if they're, like, farming Iker off of a demon or celestial, and they're keeping it in that hatch?
We
Just
can win its
bleeding it
favor
every
and
now
they
and
can
then.
help us.
Yeah.
We free it when it's favored.
Granted,
and then
I
help us
do,
later on.
I do fully agree we should free something that's been confined and tortured.
So, Uther, you said
Kind of our MO.
you said you were looking at the titles of the books. Rolling Rock, you said you were doing what?
Guess
You were checking something in here, right?
Oh yeah, I just want to see if there's an actual like real like a lock on the box.
Oh, it does look like it's bound with metal, and like you could probably clip or break these. Like it's not impossible to get into, but it's definitely sealed.
Okay,
Okay.
but it doesn't have like a key.
Continuing, Ezekiel, you said you were looking at something. What were you looking at?
Oh, Ezekiel's like tail wagging at the box.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he really wants to open it.
Okay, so you're up there with Rolling Rock. Okay, Nick, what were you doing?
I am definitely not opening that box. I'm gonna take out my lute and play a song to try to calm myself down.
Are you near the group as you're doing that, or
I'm on the outskirts of the group.
okay? And Bodhi,
I want to stand in the doorway of the tower.
okay. And Silas, what are
Jeremy, you
doing?
gotta yell at that baby.
She is pissed.
She does not like it.
She's having a great time.
It's almost
Oh,
bedtime,
good.
probably.
Good.
And Silas.
I'm gonna be more stand and watch than anything else.
Okay.
Just around.
So that is, I'm gonna go ahead and just at that point kind of end it because we're about 2 minutes shy. I was hoping to catch you guys out and not have anybody in the tower so that I could shut the door, because remember I said the door auto shuts.
Yeah, that was where.
Well done. Good job keeping track of my fuckery. But yeah, I was absolutely.
I saw you placing them all away from the door. I was like, yeah, no.
No, I'm saying.
If there's one thing I can do is turn a dial and get everyone back home.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Well, then we will pick up next session with a further exploration of Amblevote and whether you will. Let me explain something to you, just so you understand. If exploring Amblevote is something that you want to do, what you are doing is you are foregoing the conglomerate tower and you are moving into this space fully. Otherwise, you're going to step back in and you're going to continue in Swordbreak. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the session. Thanks for watching those that did. Looks like we had another watcher in here, Josh, as well. Thanks for watching.
What?
And we will pick up next time. See you then. Stop and stream.